So, time to go to Nakataka. Oh, what's this? This is from Captain Furrante. Dear Watcher, I find myself in need of someone with your particular brand of talents. As our last business transaction went so grandly, I appreciate the opportunity to hire you again. If you're interested, please convene with me in Dunnage. To our fortunate proceedings, Captain Furrante. Okay, Dunnage, huh? All the way over there. Okay, let's see how this fares for us. Gorge? No. Okay. Wait. Oh, it's the Principe. Okay, we should be good if it's just a Principe. Let me see. How are these? 4 days, 9 days, 7 days. Okay. Should still be somewhat okay. Oh god, I just jinxed myself. This is not good. Oh no. Ah! I should have avoided it. I'm such an idiot. The clouds gather in the distance, the hazy curtain of rain hanging from them. Uneasy eyes the storm inspects. I wish this ship had a boatswain. There's no one better to have this storm. Who's the orders? Ask a compliment, see it. See, I've heard of surfing. Waiting to hear about myself. Surfing and hear about myself. Lord and it's a high cap. I'll be letting you know if there's anything to do hollow-headed. Moral game 5. Shorty, the crew could use a Sherman, Shorty, if you're inclined to give them comfort. Brain aspect to death, Shorty's. Suppose I can plead safe passage or souls through hell. We shall perish. Oh, oops. No. Moral game. Okay, I guess. Glory be to the many aspects of Aiden's greatest of all who is gone. Who is the blessed union of pleasure and as I worship, hear me. My God, and take pity on my dire plea. As we now sail through the dark storms of death, we will not fear the reaping to come. For your lantern will guide our way. We will not stumble or stray from the path you have laid us through hell. We will embrace the end of our lives and shock the rotting husk of our fallen bodies. Afterwards, we will be planted for rebirth by your hand forever and always, as the wheel turns. Amen. Okay, assign crew duties. Assign deckhand duty. Don't have a rope and grappling hook because I used it in the deadline. Okay, assign deckhand. Security, everyone get in rigging. Need to reef the rails. Some sails all folding understood to the surface area, letting our ships having in heavens. Bring the rain barrels. The crew lash barrels in the rain, catching drinkable rain water. They will need to remember they must seal before. You know what? To reef the rails. Set rigging upon the lines, tying off the sails, diminishing them on the fabric facing wind before turning to the deck. Okay, that's enough for now, I guess. You turn from the crew. Okay. We're as prepared as going to get. Let's go. GG. Clouds just overeat dominating the sky, having the sea beneath it, roiling grey dome. The rain drums against the deck. Sweat beads on Badal's brow. The storm comes ever closer. I can't outrun this one, Captain. The sea rolls and the ship rocks as the waves broadside the Defiant. The wind drives across the decks. Lying a hull is the most passive tactic against stomach screw strikes the sails and goes below decks. Securing all the hatches protects the crew and the mast, but leaves the ship drifting at the mercy of the ship may roll it, in particular off seas. Or holding course, crew maintain stations that the sail is level. Effectively the sail is further slashed into place, setting a balance. Balance one another out. The crew goes below decks, this protects the crew and helps the ship get down but puts the mast and sails at risk. Flying bear balls. The shark and the crew goes well, save for the helmsman who remains at the wheel. The ship relies on the wind against the mast propulsion, even as you crew sails but leave the hull and risks the helmets. Stay on course. Yes! Yes! What? -3 morale. Waves rise and break over the sails, sending water cascading. The sailors shout orders, storm another, bringing into their lives. They cut their way through the storm. -3 morale. Current rate is on, showing no sign of subsiding. A day passed. The wind's calm, but the rain pours from the sky, as if the Defiant has come to rest beneath the waterfall. Rainwater sloshes across the deck and under the rains. Not we're heaving through. Hands at the eye and the ropes around the ship's wheel. Ship is set to sail the bastion without a guiding hand. He joined the others below deck. Okay, still a success. Guided by only the storm and the still rudder, the Defiant crashes through waves and rough remedy to the crew crowded below decks. As if exhausted, the clouds finally calm, coming to rest like a thick blanket across the sky. The waves too, and their trembling complaint, and the Defiant finally sails in. The crew lean against the rails and rigging, their faces haggard but relieved. The storm, it seems, has passed. +1 soon, it's okay. Yay! Anything? Okay, everything seems good. We still need to rest a bit more. Okay. Wait, this is medicine. Oh no. Yeah, our surgeon is injured. Oh, there's an abandoned village. So we can dock here. Get these. More fresh fruit. Let's see. Oh wow, that was stupid. Search a location. Palmstone. Okay. Okay. Oh. More bombstone. Okay. This is more water. Okay, cool. That there. Well, I'm gonna have them up and about. So yeah. Yeah, tonnage is just right there. Up. Save. Let's see where this leads us, I guess. Dunnage.
I already have one guest in my head. I don't need another.
Sorry, lad. Thought that chip on your shoulder were for all.
Alice fingers fidget with the hem of his office, mouth pressed. And towards the frown he gives you a familiar look. He's trying to figure out what to say. You seem troubled. Care to discuss it? Blushes a little.
I hope you know I have immense respect for all you've accomplished.
But he purses his lips. With that inevitable but.
But lately, I fear you're leading us down a troubling path.
Yeah, but what do you mean?
Theos relied on people's unquestioning trust and order. Their enslavement to tradition. That's how he built the Leaden Key into an organization capable of influencing events across Aora.
Okay.
And that's why I set about ending it. Yet recently, I've seen you put entirely too much faith in old ways of doing things.
What are you asking of me?
The leaders of nations and powers listen to you. The gods themselves rely on you. You have a responsibility to use these opportunities to free Kith from destructive habits and antiquated customs.
I'll do my best.
No more than any of us can do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for hearing me out. This is a great weight off my chest.
Well, it's better than you keeping them in home forever. And me not knowing.
Do you ever have a thought and just decide to keep it to yourself?
More than you know, my dear mate. More than you know.
Did I increase my reputation with him? -1.
Did you catch the new play by the Peg-Leg performers yet? It's awful.
The Green Menace? That I did. Made me want to poke out my eyes.
Okay, let's see what she does.
Damn me for a buttered slice of hardtack. It's you, ain't it?
The play helps go in, set you with a buffer for buying accurate small ball. Reads her face. Do I know you?
Of course not, but I know you like I know the curve of my 11th toe.
Wait.
The Watcher, captain of a mighty ship, god chaser and fiend slayer. Must be expensive sustaining a reputation like that, eh?
I guess they don't say my name, but oh well.
I'll keep it quick, see? If your little dinghy has got some chase in it, I've got a list of captains with a black mark to their name whose ships need a quick scuttling. And I'm in the market for a scuttler.
She sticks the pipe of the sour milk and showing, mouth full of yellow. Yeah. What makes you think I'll be
Saying
interested?
you're not? Me? I hear you dive at coin like my second husband to the bottom of a cask.
She plucks the pipe off her mouth and leans into scrutinizing.
Never mind where I heard it. I heard it all the same, eh? Word gets round faster than pox. So, we have a deal?
Farewell. Wow, okay. Why did they change order? Okay. Can't even go there.
Oh, good thinking.
I just picked up a pig. What does this one give me? Dexterity. Speaking of pets, Constitution. Constitution is defense, combination of characters, overall health and stamina. Logic, reasoning, deduction capabilities. Dexterity, reflex defense. Okay. So that's one. But let's explore a bit more. What's in this part of manage? Is it townsperson? We're talking to those two. See what's over here.
I have vengeance of 6. I know.
And is that the rotten? Yeah. Talk to these guys. You find a woman in their early middle years just fine, with dirty armor adorned with bright purple piping. Pair of long scars bisect her brow and jaw. Though she's entities, a nervous energy thrums through
Fair
her.
day, traveler.
She grins proudly, a joyful twinkle lighting her eyes.
Anything I can do for you, just say the word.
Tell me about yourself.
Lady adventurer at your humble service. I was born in a deer and raised in the field, and there's nary a crevice of this archipelago I haven't seen.
The field.
The living lands most off, but the Deadfire as well of late. And my goodness, if you think the Deadfire's wild, I must say, it's no more thrilling than a lady of luxury's afternoon luncheon in comparison to the glorious madness of the living lands. Being a cipher's come in quite handy, I'll tell you that.
You often get into trouble then.
Oh, dear me, yes. Can't seem to avoid it. Not a lick of it's my fault, of course. It's the university. Always sending me to the most dangerous corners of Eora, the skimps. If I didn't know better, I might say they were trying to kill me. There's not other way to rid themselves of a tenured professor, after all.
She laughs. Get any good stories out of it, at least?
Oh, aye. Some you wouldn't right believe. Like the time I lost part of my ear here, see?
What? She pulls back her hair, shows you her mangled ear. Looks like something had a good chew on it. Yeah.
Lost an entire research team along with the ear. Rather a long day, that was. My colleagues have implied I might be cursed, but I can't say I much agree. It's just the nature of the work, you understand. I mean, goodness, If you want a lady to find you the rarest plants, you gotta send her to the most remote places. On my last expedition, my colleague Inez got herself lost looking for what was essentially a big prickly weed. No medicinal use at all. I found her, though, mostly intact even. A blessing from the living lands, I call it, aye. But I do go on, don't I? Lady adventurer at your... I split my time between a deer and the living lands, though I've spent much time in the Deadfire of late. And my goodness, if you think that being a cipher's come in quite handy, trouble seems to find me wherever I go. If I didn't know better...
And dialogue, okay.
Keeping up with your reading, I trust. Anything I can do for you, just say the word.
I don't know.
Travel quick, travel quiet.
Okay, let's see this guy. Trim man, practical, well-crafted leather swatches you from the corner of his eyes. When he catches you looking his way, his hand drifts casually to the dagger of his symbol and lingers for a moment. Then he smiles, the corner of his sailor's eyes crinkling with a genuine warmth, and waves you over.
A cozy traveler. Care to hear a tale?
He rubs thoughtfully at the stumble along his jaw. Okay, sure.
Well...
Okay.
I was born to a family of merchants on the Pearl Coast. I was a restless boy, and my feet took me to the Valen Republics when I came of age.
As Carlos speaks, his vividly strong Valian accent begins to fall away, and his voice takes on the characteristic twang of the deerwood.
I learned of the power of geography and language at my father's knee, and those skills proved useful in the Republics.
I had many successful years as a merchant, and then I made a mistake.
I joined up with a company based in Girara that traded in beautiful weavings. But they were ill-gotten gains, forcibly produced by a weaver the company kidnapped named Bonicetta. I didn't learn the truth until it was too late. And when our crime was uncovered, I was exiled from the Republics.
That's a shame.
Indeed. But I should have asked better questions of my employers. And now I'm here, kicking my heels in the Deadfire, where no one knows my name and with few prospects before me. I would like to make amends to Bonicetta personally, but it seems a distant possibility. Ah, well, I learned my lesson. I won't be played for a fool again.
Tell me about the Valen Republics.
Ark, you listened to my tale. I suppose I can do that for you for 3,000 copper, as you say.
You... Nah, you can keep your tale to yourself. I'm not making 3,000 copper. King's Coffin. Okay. I guess that's where it should be. Oh wow, it's already okay. This reminds me of like the bar music in Witcher.
Is that you? What's it been? 5 years? Life's been good. I keep on my feet and never stay in one place too long.
Oh wow. So I'm seeing people that I knew before. Regular pirate. Diana. Pirate. What's this?
Kill him, wait an hour, then pull any gold teeth. Easy as pie.
You're an idiot. Wait a minute, wait an hour. Alive, dead, it makes no difference at all.
I've pulled plenty of gold teeth. I know the right way of it.
Maybe I'll pull your teeth just to prove you wrong.
His voice sounds familiar. Oh!
What do you know? It really does make no difference. You! Out!
Well, that was unexpected.
Probably just insecure.
Leave this to Professor Frog.
So I guess that's the poor guy. Huh. At the bar, you find a tall man, soft gray hair, and strikingly bright blue eyes. His face sports of a handful of long scars continue down his neck and disappear beneath the collar of his shirt. He looks up from wiping down at the counter when you approach, and gives you a broad, disarming smile.
Haven't seen you around before. Welcome to the King's Coffin.
His smile is wide enough to show his bright white teeth, but his light eyes remain cold and flinty.
What can I do for you?
Your tavern looks a lot like an old ship.
Figured that out all on your own, did you? You're right, though. Inherited an old dhow from my dad when he passed. Right piece of shit it was, too. Realised I was bound to make more coin turning her into a tavern than letting her rot in her berth.
Okay.
What do you want?
Buy something. What do you have in your provisions?
So long as you show me some coin.
Okay. Spices. Luminous lobster. Honey white hen. Oh my god. If I only had the coin for this. Forgetful night. I'll go get some more grog. Some rum. Arak. Yeah, I'll trade you for those. Expert surgeon. Oh, 1,000. Already have a helmsman. Cannoneer. I'll think about that. I guess it won't hurt if we... So floating hangman is a thing here. Cabin. There's something to get here. Oh, Revive of the Fallen. Seraphin.
What for, Captain? Done and done.
The deep
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, Cap.
Come on. Okay, where's F? I wouldn't say no to revive. Yeah. Okay, should be good now. Okay, let's talk to this person because it doesn't.
My. Aren't you a handsome one?
An older woman looks up, down, and smiles, revealing gold teeth. Oh,
Did you need help with something, my dear?
What do you do here? You already probably know, but...
Isn't it obvious? I entertain, of course. It'll cost you 50 pyres, naturally. And don't let the wrinkles fool you. I'm still young at heart, and I've got more experience than most.
No thank you.
Aye.
Okay, at least I got anything else I can from this place.
Oh, good thinking.
Tried ale. It's the demon.
Touch the courtesans without their permission, and I'll break your legs. Got it?
Cut. Dead body's still there. Musician. Talk to that guy. Pirate. Okay.
If you're enjoying my performance, tips are welcome but not required. Thank you, loyal patron.
It doesn't look like you're enjoying yourself.
I work for a handful of pyres per day. How could I find enjoyment in that?
How did you end up with the
I was
pirates?
playing dice and gambled on a sure thing. It turned out not to be such a sure thing, and now Harker owns my arse until I can pay off the debt. Of course, I started off owing him 250, and even though I've paid that twice, now I'm in the hole for 700. The interest rate, this uniform, my food and drinks, they all got added onto my tab at the end of the day.
Oh wow, that sounds horrible.
Oh, thank you, patron. I'll be debt-free in no time.
Despite her words, she doesn't actually sound appreciative. In fact, she rolls over her eyes as she tucks the coin into her pocket. It's only 1 copper. Okay, time to talk to this guy. You find a lanky blonde elf flipping through a book of the Etherean poetry by the artist Silba. His armor is well worn and well kept and bears on his breast the image of a double-headed eagle holding a sword and crown. Looking more closely, you notice that his free hand is picking a lock. Oh.
Hello. May I help you?
He catches you looking and gives you a shy smile.
Need anything?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm not sure what there is to tell. I'm a man of adventure, mostly.
Have you had any that would make a good story?
A few. More than I could share in a night, to be sure. There is one that's close to my heart. It led me to my love.
Go on.
I was on an expedition into the backwoods of Seras when I came across an abandoned town. To my great surprise, I found a tremendous hoard of books in the town priest's cottage. And what a selection of books it was. Every subject represented, even some questionable ones. I couldn't help but help myself to them. I took as many as I could carry, and I can carry quite a bit. Read them all cover to cover and learned a lot too. I tired soon of wandering, so I settled in a small town in the Deerwood and became a tutor for a noble family. Fell in love with the governess, naturally, and I stayed. For a while.
Then what?
Well...
He rubs at the back of his neck and looks away. I guess it didn't end well.
I felt a stirring in my bones one day. I can't explain it. I just woke up, caught sight of the horizon, and had to go. I left my lady wife right there in our marital bed.
Oh god. That is the most horrible thing you could do. Yes. He's deeply looking wrong, footing across his face, but he says looking for
I don't know what's waiting for me out here in the Deadfire. But I have hope this will be my biggest adventure yet.
You are an idiot. You married the daughter of a noble? What more can you ask? You know, what have you learned in your travels?
Well, you listened to my long tale. I suppose you are owed. Have it your way then. Read something good lately? Need anything? I'm not sure what. A few. I was on an expedition into the backwoods of... The Serans are conservative folk. And what a selection of books it was. Well, I felt as... I don't know what's waiting for me out here. Fair winds.
I thought there was something else within that dialogue, but well.
Oh! have mercy on me.
Oh God, what did this guy do? Hard on his hands and knees, quivering, drenching sweat, the bird lets out the pain-filled groan.
Lost my God's damn soul in stupidity. Andre, save me now.
Okay, what did you do?
My ship was attacked and boarded by pirate hunters. Didn't know if we'd be able to get away, so I swallowed down my most valuable possession, Ngati's black tear, a gemstone about the size of my fist.
Jeez.
Of course, now it ain't coming out of either end. Been trying all manner of foul concoctions to no effect on account of my stomach being too strong. Years of sailing the storm-racked seas will do that to you. Started feeling an intense pain 2 days ago. I think I might be dying. I can't even crawl no more. Make me puke. Whatever you gotta do, just make it happen before this cursed gem kills me. Give me something strong enough to upset even my iron gut.
Oh, I picked up a rotten fish I could give to him.
Rosanella's got a stand in the Radiant Court. She's been supplying me with some experimental concoctions, tweaking them after. Tell her the last one actually came close to working.
Okay. Is this some other dark person? Discreet dealings, huh? What? I guess I should rest for the...
What can I do for you? What do you want?
At the room.
How heavy's your coin purse?
Not heavy enough. Yeah, no, I'm cheap. Yes. Ah, God. Damn. Okay. Dead body still there. Oh wait, this is. Did it doctor? No, okay. Radiant Court it is. I mean, I could probably go to the beacon and talk to Furrante, but side quests. Why?
Oh, now I've dreamed of this place.
Oh no. What happened? Tell me, what happened?
Yeah?
Why?
I have an intelligence of... I know what I'm doing.
Sure you do, Krog. Sure you do. Rosanella.
Sure thing.
Okay.
Fresh fruit, vegetables, dried goods for long voyages. I got it all right here. What can I stock you up with today?
Vegetables unhurt. Cutting fruit, salt, tirlo, palmstone, so, swordfish. Stirs. Huh.
Did you hear? The gilded kestrel was lost at sea.
From Goldfin's fleet? Impossible with her wealth.
Weren't no one to bribe. The floating hangman got 'em. Now they're bones.
Floating? Who are these floating hangmen? Curious. This is Calandra. So it's a ghost ship?
There goes the captain. I think that's the captain who blew old Benny to bit.
I heard he was playing the harpsichord when he went. Looks cleaner than I expected.
I guess word goes out quickly. Well.
So you're the captain the old port's been talking about. Aye, you do look like a fearsome sort. Welcome to Dunwich. What are you having? I'll pour you a double.
What do you know about? Oh yeah. What do you know about the floating hangman? I go as far as you found balls of bottle spirits, spilling them over.
No one survives the floating hangman, or so they say. It's the ship of the dead. You spy it on the horizon. You flee as fast as you can.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. A gas and rotting ship that haunts a dead fireman by an undead crew. This vessel's rumored to be calm as the season sails veiled with a natural fog. Okay, what do you have? Lager. Well. At the wreck. Guess I should get rid of some of my stuff at least. All 5. On a card loader. I guess I may need to. Just to be on the safe side. You know what? Be fine. Put that there. Six, 4. Oh, I did stockpile weapons. Oh, I could have bought stuff from there then. I keep forgetting to give it to him. Yeah, well. Guess I can just sell them. Torch. Pry bar. Okay, probably keep it. I could sell this. Trade. Thank you. Oh. Oops. Ah.
If it's a drink, what are you having? I'll pour you a...
This guy said
I guess the last concoction I made for him didn't do the trick then. Poor bastard. There's one last tincture recipe I know that won't kill him. Probably. It's called Andra's Bile, but I don't have all the ingredients in stock. You'll need a rotten hagfish, an unripened palm stone, and a vial of fire kelp extract. Have him mix it all with a half tankard of grog and, well, hope for the best.
Try orange bottle earlier.
I did tell you the list of ingredients, eh? He'll have stuff dribbling out of both ends for a week. Maybe 2 if he's really unlucky.
Okay. Okay, where can I find ingredients?
Check the barrels around Lifter's refuse for the rotten hagfish.
Okay, got
You
that.
might be able to find unripened palmstone for sale somewhere in Radiant Court.
Yeah. I think it's a bridge and she does herself.
The goal is to make him vomit, remember? A rotting hagfish produces a special oil once it reaches a certain level of decay.
Okay. I can actually probably even craft this right now. If I can just find where is it. I can make a forgetful night. Cool. Andres Bile. Okay, question is, do I even have it? Oh no, did I solve the rotten hagfish? Actually, no, I didn't. Wait, why is this a quest? Oh well, no.
A repeat customer. What can I stock you up with?
There you go. Iron gut. Now. Okay, I guess I can give it to her then.
If it's a drink you're wanting, what are you having? I'll pour you a double.
Looking for work? I've got coin and a few scores to settle.
Where is this? Andres Bile. Yeah, probably Bryant. Nope. All scrolls.
If it's a drink, what are you having? The goal is to make him vomit, remember? I did tell you the list of ingredients, eh? He'll have stuff dribbling out of both ends for a week. Maybe 2 if he's really unlucky.
Well, I just bought all the grog from him. Her, I mean. So how do I... Rotten hagfish, unripened palmstone. Oh, Deadfire kelp extract. Fire kelp extract.
A repeat customer. What can I stock you up with today? Of course I do. But they're no good to eat when they're not ripe. Will make you sick so long as they're purple, aye. Tell you what, though. I'll still sell you what I got. Just don't eat them till they're brown.
Kelp extract. Let's see if I can actually Extract. Oh. Where could it be?
Andra's gills! That was a disaster of epic proportions if ever I directed one. A typhoon couldn't have cleared out our audience faster. What's wrong? I'll tell you what, everything.
Okay.
My troop's coming apart at the seams. We're short on cash, we're low on people, and we've run plumb dry on enthusiasm. We haven't drawn a decent crowd in more than a fortnight. And it ain't like pirates are hard to please. That's how you know the show really stinks. But I think I know what the problem is. We've got a lack of flair. If only I could hire more talented performers. I just know my play would take off. Only the biggest thing to hit the Deadfire since the Valian Trading Company started hunting us like sea hounds. I'm talking about Aethus storming through the archipelago and capsizing nearly a whole fleet of our ships.
What would you need to improve the play?
A better Aethus, for one. I'm the tallest one in our troop. I'm still not very convincing, even when I bother to dye my skin blue. Also, our special stage effects aren't all that special anymore. We had someone for that role, but she got herself into debt and has a new job at the King's Coffin.
Oh, that girl.
Really? Well, that's great. Then we could... Wait a tick. Why would you help me? What do you get out of this?
I'd really like to see how the play
With you helping me acquire the right talent, I'd wager it's going to be phenomenal. I'm in desperate need of two more performers. A wizard for one, plus any oaf big enough to pose as Aethus. I happen to know a wizard of the finest skill set who already performs here in Dunwich, Tiana, at the King's Coffin. But unfortunately, I got no idea of where we might find a suitable Aethus. Get me the right people for the parts, and I promise you'll be pleased with your investment. I'll turn us a profit or die trying.
Okay. Let's see. Battalion performance. Wizard.
My old captain was a drinker from the day he was born to the day he died. Always he was rail thin. He wound up with a wooden leg, 26 ships and a bilious fever. Sunrise is a woe, doves. The coming horizon is a sea-sized ruin.
Oh wow.
They sail on the gilded brigs, and they wail to us.
What's this? I think there's a entire loud clashing around purple spread to speak up. Yeah, he's tall and lanky, boyish, handsome, and up to his trim beard, and his smile, he hums. Not doing himself, watches a passerby.
My good sir, hello.
He gives a frightfully cheery wave.
Whatever might I do for you?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm certain there's no need to tell you, observant as you no doubt are, that I am an actor.
He says the last bit of flourish and takes an extravagant.
Stage, tavern, street corner. They are as much my home as where I lay my head at night. So, I travel Aora, looking for opportunities to share my gifts with the grateful masses, wherever that may lead me. Oh, goodness, yes, loads of it. I've been known to joke that I'm less a man than I am a walking bank for all the coin that I carry. The common folk do so love an actor. We bring mystery and excitement to their otherwise dreary lives. Yes, you could say we're doing the God's work.
As he speaks, you notice that his toes are soft, boots are worn thin. Closer inspection reveals that his ropes are unraveling at the hams and are well patched. Elbows too. generosity is inspiring.
I'm truly gratified that you think
Oh
so.
my god.
It's quite difficult, you know, living as I do. On occasion, foolish folk will take my act for reality. I've thrice been run out of a town for impersonating a foreign dignitary. Damn fools don't understand the blistering wit of my satire, I tell you. I had to learn to protect myself as a result, though I must admit, what martial skills I've got aren't of use for much more than fighting off wolves or throttling a thief with designs on my satchel. Thank the gods, I hardly ever need to use them. I can talk myself out of nearly anything, you know.
She sure can talk, I'll give you
Well,
that.
thank you. I must say it's gratifying to be recognized for one's talents. All things being equal, I'd much rather recite a sonnet than swing an axe, but a man's got to make his way in the world any way he can. I'm certain there's no need stage. Oh, I'm true. It's quite difficult, you know. I had to learn. Thank the gods, I hardly ever. Well, I can. All things being equal, may luck accompany you on the road, my friend.
Probably missed out on this one.
Put down anchor, breed, and don't loot so much. But when should we lot? Where and how could we settle? Drink more, doves, and you may sober up. Sinking Aora's last ship, 3 stars before the burning. The morning is a blight, love some. The morrow is a
Welcome to my emporium. Whatever you need, I sell.
Okay.
What would you like to buy today?
Let's see what you have. Oh wow, 27,000. With base armor rating of 9. Oh god. Nothing much. I should have called them out on it. God damn it. Okay, who's this lady?
You carry yourself like a person well acquainted with violence. Care to put your skills to use for a good cause? And some coin? Hmm?
No.
Who am I punching?
I welcome. It's simple enough. The firebrand commanded by Captain Henqua once plagued the Deadfire. The skill and brutality of Henqua's crew was the stuff of legends.
Legendary nightmares, more like. After how they did the crew with a virtuous reward. Even that bastard Benwith wanted nothing to do with them.
But pirate legends don't live long. Some months ago, an alliance of Neketaka pirate hunters managed to corner the firebrand and sink her off the coast of Tikawara. They confirmed Captain Henqua's death, but her senior crew members escaped unscathed. And now it seems like bringing the firebrand's crew to justice doesn't matter to anyone but me. So I want you to kill them. And I'll pay you out of my own pocket if you do. It's nothing personal. The crew earned their reputation through murder and thievery, and it would make me sick to see them regain an ounce of their power.
As she speaks, the sailor removes a small sword from her pocket and polishes the surface with a corner shirt. Her features soften like she's visiting an old memory. Then she stuffs the coin back in her pocket. You're not telling me everything.
You've a keen eye, my friend. I reserve a bit of the firebrand story for myself, and you'll excuse me if I don't plan to share it. Let's keep business strictly business, huh? Back on this again. There's no need to make my concerns your own, my friend. But I suppose you have a right to know.
Okay, cool.
My idiot kid sister was on the Firebrand, seduced to a dishonest life by the promise of adventure. When the pirate hunters killed the crew and sank the ship, they also killed my sister. But those irredeemable lowlifes I sent you after got away without a scrape. I want them to pay. I don't much care how, so long as they take that turn on the wheel.
Ready? What? That's it?
Okay. What else is here? Where can I get a cut? Wild kelp. Okay. Okay, go to King's Coffin. See where that leads. What's her name? I bet it's the lady dancer.
Welcome back, patron. I so hope you enjoy the performance. I'd be happy to go back working for her, except I owe Harker over there a good deal of money. Stupid dice went cold at the wrong time. Until I pay him what I owe, 700 pyres, I'm not going anywhere. Talk it over with Harker. Maybe you'll be feeling generous. A more likely possibility is he'll try and put a knife between your ribs. Assuming he doesn't, or you survive it, you ought to know he hides his money in his private quarters. Would be a shame if someone stole it.
Okay, let's see what can we know about Harker.
You haven't heard the rumors, I take it?
Nope.
Some people say he's the Red King.
So, who now?
Come on now, you're pulling my leg.
Nope.
The Red King was a pirate with a grudge against the Valian Republics. Supposed to have died years ago.
Ice cream looks at me, touchy toss and tail.
But some folks say he faked his death to escape the wrath of the Valian Republics.
The Elfling's closer conspiratorially or whatever to murmur near
Those same folks say that Harker was the Red King.
Making the corner of her mouth, she straightens, she smooths her hair and trembling fingers.
I wouldn't go on asking him about it, if you know what I mean. Harker's got a nasty reputation. A real violent disposition, and besides, people in this port generally don't like others prying into their past.
Okay. No improvement from them, huh? Where is his quarters? That's the good question. Pleasure can, it's a game room. Let's see what's in the game room. See the target. Where is this quarters though?
I have an injury.
Where are his quarters? Not unless this is his quarters.
What for, Cap? Done and done. Will my eyes be open?
Ready. Got it.
What do you need? All right.
Captain, my fingers be fat and furry, but they're ever so nimble. Aye.
Hey.
Aye, aye.
Hey.
Let's see.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay. I didn't see this a while ago.
Well, as long as I don't get caught.
Oh wow.
Yeah? Sure.
Not enough party mechanics, huh?
Yeah?
This is 6, 7, 5. That's 12, right there.
I hear you.
Yep.
You guys to go stealth.
Swift and silent as a really swift and silent thing.
Hey. Sure.
Ahoy.
Well, don't see why not.
Ahoy.
Uh-huh. Yeah?
Oh, party assist is 3.
Well, that's not nice. Yeah?
Dang.
Well, don't see why not.
So that don't work. If there's refuge, won't be able to fight. Let's see if we can find the kelp here. Holy crap. This thing sucks. Wow, this loading time is horrible. Huh. Now where are we?
Much ado to you, Casita.
Nothing flourishes with sleeping bow. When he bends forward, a golden swolet slips off his collar, tangled in his chain. He tucks it away and straightens, but not before you notice the etching on the front side. It marks him as the third chair in the Consuelo Mix Casita. Oh.
A word of advice. Guard your back in dunnage. You have not yet carved a name for yourself or your crew. Yet you choose to swim in a sea of sharks. Should one take a bite, the Consuelo will not intervene. Elsewise, how might I be of assistance?
Tell me about the Consuelo Micasitas.
Yes, our council of captains.
Okay.
There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principe's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power, both politically and physically. Furrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag.
I see.
As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair, and I am the third. Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes.
Okay, good thing I didn't show him Benwith, because I guess Benwith didn't have enough power.
You have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today?
Why do you speak like a villain?
I met Furrante decades ago. Many years I sailed as his first mate before building my own humble fleet. When in the Principe, do as the Valians do. Unless, of course, you have no care for tradition or the continued sustainability of our way of life, like some filthy new blood. You may have noticed a divide between old blood and the new, by which I mean those who descended from or otherwise hold old Valia in grand esteem, and the varied and often uncouth recruits we have since brought into the fold. I assure you, the latter was supremely by necessity, though perhaps I'm ill-equipped to throw stones. As a casita of some repute, you will be most welcome in the king's coffin, but you should watch yourself throughout the radiant court.
Okay. Priest, pirate. Well, look who we have here.
Ah, Watcher. Good, you have arrived.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. What do I be but a pretty bit of man-meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily forgotten as set aside.
Hunter rubs his thumbs over his golden swollen head. One thought gliding over his face like a dark cloud, then smiles, but with vicious expression, more than a pleasant one.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benwet.
His eyes glint with fierce grin cuts across his face, and his long dimple deepens.
I hear you have a flair for the dramatic, or should I say, explosive antics? A magnificent way to settle one's disputes indeed. And you truly left Benweth's reputation in pieces.
Well, you did say to let it be in pieces, so I did.
Gelarde, for this you have my grandest commendation.
You'd have been right amused, you would. Few sights as fine as that hard-blowing three-sheeter getting what's long been due him.
Bends on his hips, Seraph puts his chest forward, blue for expanding like a bird's plumage.
You are lacking in so many ways, my former ship hunter, but no one can say you are not entertaining. I myself would have enjoyed watching you put the scoundrel in his place.
He had it
that he did.
Indeed. Down, the line of his jaw, eyes downcast in thought.
And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize.
Which is Cloak of Protection.
However, there is another matter of which we must now speak.
Which is?
I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire.
Oh god, no. Not this. Wait, did you say a ghost ship haunted it?
Indeed, and I will say it truly again. This galleon,
What likely remains of the Fonferros is a frightful legend. We have been losing ships at sea, amico. And not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit.
What description? Nope.
Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say.
Okay.
Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood.
What is this? Some blister and rub on the bird guards. You both with a discerning glare. She tongues a chalk bottom lip but keeps quiet.
Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can.
Barrett touches a spot on the base where his colorment is. He glances off to the side, eyes back and forth full court.
Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me.
With a shiver, the pirate turns her back. Black button eyes to you. Okay, what happened?
Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even the few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end. It branded the back of my eyes that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within. Out of nowhere. Was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked...
She gropes at her hip, but there's nothing there. Fingers fumbling in the air. She bares her teeth.
Rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end.
Tell me about them. The undead.
They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones. One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes.
Okay.
The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferros of Old Valia. It belonged to a Darkotsi paladin of some legend. One Lucia Rivan.
Fonferros is the Iron Strength Grand Valiant Galleon. Used to flee the burning palace when charged to protect the royal family sword. Oh.
But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Okay. How were you surprised?
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us. Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us.
That sounds horrible.
Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it.
Okay, when did this happen?
Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
How did you survive? That's
Calling
a
me
very good
Craven?
question.
Sure, I am.
No, she rubs the back of her head rough.
Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward.
Oh.
I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care me.
She gets a glance for confirmation when he dismissively waves her away. Her black eyes narrow and then raises her chin defiant. But then he turns his full gaze to her, suddenly seething. And she shrinks in on herself, fisting, shaking her sides, and reluctantly retreats.
One moment, Watcher.
Okay. Ah, pressed one. I hate it when that happens. Dark anger warming his cheeks. Why the secrecy?
That much should be obvious, Diveros.
It's true.
I prefer my crews to fear their captains, not a phantasm roaming the seas, hunting to devour their souls. Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Revan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Dakotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Revan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon. Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka. One Isir the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume.
Berethian from Game of Thrones, Jesus Christ. Take it, you have a plan?
Indeed, I do. Though I and mine cannot so openly venture into the depths of Neketaka, nor can we commune with the dead, you, Watcher, are adept in both of these areas, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You must search the Temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. Izair's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin, Revan.
Oh, see. Do you know anything more about this person?
By all accounts, our Revan was a Darkotsi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia.
Okay.
She is the epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge. And yet, we know not why, but a Berethian priest called Izair opposed our Revan, and fiercely.
Okay.
They fought to the death, Revans to be precise, in this very archipelago. Along with her life, Revan lost the sword she had sworn to protect.
He traces a teary line down his jaw.
It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet.
Was this smeared with Berethian?
Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Ediran warrior priest of Berath, and a significantly fervent one, if tales are to be believed. He chased our Dakotsi to the Deadfire, hunting her to, well, to her death. Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died, possibly of sickness, or perhaps from a festering battle wound. He was entombed in honor of his service to Berath in Neketaka's sacred stair.
I'll see what I can do.
Gelarde, do return when you've any lead that may navigate us to where the floating hangman anchors.
Okay.
I will be waiting.
Nods cordially. Dismissal. And this is where I will end the stream. Oh wait, someone leveled up. Cool. Guess more insight. Let's see. Maximum penetration of weapons. Okay. Yes. 6. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, what level is everyone else then? Oh. Fifth level. Okay. So I guess this is where I will call it for the night. Thank you for watching, and this is Spaniel 12 signing out.